It's my first and last time. So we better ask questions today because you're not getting any more.
Okay, questions for special teams coordinator Tim Salem. Go ahead, Rod.
Coach, you knew going into the offseason that you needed a punter. When you looked in the portal, was Nichols the guy you said, hey, we need to get this guy?
Yes. Of course, that portal's a whole animal by itself, and we looked and evaluated a lot of people, and his evaluation was like easy because he is a very good punter, but he's from here. Right. So it wasn't like getting some guy from Seattle, Washington, has no idea where Atlanta is. So, the recruitment process was much easier. The sell to his parents, much easier, and we're damn happy we have him.
Chad.
Who have you been working at punt return and kick return?
Those are two great questions. And really in all my years of coaching, I have never seen as many kids on one team that catch punts. I mean, like our freshman class from almost the entire group can catch punts, which is kind of unheard of. So we've had a lot of punt catching throughout, the pre-practice drills, during practice drills, and, it's been kind of surfacing. Obviously speed matters if you're not going to just who can secure the football, which you saw, Stockton catch a number of punts late last season. He's a fast kid too. But, we're getting on the doorstep of getting ready for our first game of the season. And I'm not Coach Key standing here right now, so I know how I'd like to give. But I'm not the head coach, but we have great discussions, and that's pretty much going to be this weekend, heading into getting our, 13 days out prior to Colorado. We have some good candidates, though. Yeah. Thank God.
You talked about how Marshall got here for the transfer portal. Just talk about how excited you are to have him, a player that can change field position. Obviously, you don't want to use the punter a ton in games, but if you have to, how good is to have a guy like that can boom it and kind of change field position? Well,
Coach Faulkner said we're not punting. It was all first downs and touchdowns. So, Marshall will just stand next to me all day long. But, Marshall, he has worked very, very hard. I mean, he was a hard worker coming in, but he had a phenomenal summer of just effort and attitude and, what he did in the weight room, what he did to condition himself, what he did to get to just, create his craft. And so I'm looking for a big season because he's prepared for a big season. So hats off to Marshall. Hang time's been a big, thought process there. We're looking for, the formula would be, 1 second for every 10 yards. You punt the ball, 28 yards. You want, 2.8 seconds hang time. So but Marshall bangs it pretty good. He's had good hang time. That's been a big focus for him all August. And, again, proud of his efforts, and he's really worked for it and earned it.
On your kick protection teams, you have 3 full units of scholarship offensive linemen. They're pretty good offensive linemen. Does that make it easier for you to try to put together a unit that you feel confident in?
Yes, because some of those guys played last year. And thank God, Coach Key allows us to have meeting time, practice time, organizational time. So, we've done our due diligence from, finding out who can really do what. And every day we try and get a freshman involved to create some, depth for the future. So it's been, lucky. And I just love our kids' attitude. And they come to meetings ready to go. They show up early for meetings. They've had a chance on the practice field to work. They run. They sprint down the field. So, their attitude and effort's been, A+. We got to keep it there. But they want to keep it there, which is the biggest point. After a while, I don't have to shout anymore because they're doing all the shouting, they're doing all the running. So thank God for the senior leadership and the young guys that just followed right along.
Okay.
What are some areas you want this special teams unit to leap forward this year, besides all of them?
Yeah, besides all of them. I mean, you just want to make sure every game you win your battles in field position. And then obviously whatever plays you can make of, downing a punt to the 1 yard line or, returning a punt for a touchdown or blocking a, field goal, just making sure that all the plays are on our positive side. I mean, it's hard because, the other team's got good coaches, good players too, but you just hope to make sure you're going to do our job and do it plus. And, we don't have the goal of saying, hey, we want just net punt, 40 yards. Because he might punt 47 for the day, but the opponent might punt 52. Well, great. Punted 47, outstanding, but the opponent punted 52, so, we lost. There's times you net punt 36 and the opponent net punt 32. Well, we won that day. Just win Saturday. Win Saturday. Win Saturday, things take care of themselves.
You got Aiden's an experienced guy, handled kickoffs and kicking last year, and then Landon coming in, got pretty good distance from what he's kind of shown on videos and everything. Do you think he has?
When you say on videos, you talking about here in practice?
No, not here, but before here, social media.
Oh,
But I guess
okay.
with his distance and everything, would he might be a candidate for kickoffs, or is that something Aiden's comfortable doing?
Well, Landon's good. I mean, we're happy to have him. He's fit right in as a freshman. I think it's always nice when, the other specialists, in our meeting room and so forth can, say, this guy's good. When the other players know he's good and doing his job, then it's nice. And I think he's made some nice kicks and has done some nice, work in practice. So when the rest of the team sees him in the nighttime meeting, then they can see what he's doing too. But let's go back to Aiden. Aiden gained weight. He's a little thicker and stronger. And just that added, really 8 to 10 pounds, going from really 195 to 205, has improved his kicking. He's kicking farther, longer, stronger. He's more experienced. He's older. He's matured. So we got to make use of a guy who's, been on the field more than one game. And he's another guy who had a good summer of, the off-season training. But his weight gain's been a major plus for him.
Go ahead, Rob.
When Aiden has a strong leg, everyone's seen it. When he starts to maybe go a little awry, with direction, that type of thing, what do you work with him to correct that? I mean, between the uprights,
Yeah,
right?
just here,
Yeah.
Those two little things, those yellow things.
Yeah. Does having a guy like Schaefer help him, motivate him a
What
little more?
does? And to go back, when Landon came to summer school back in early June, it was a pretty good thing. Oh my God, this guy can kick, which is obviously makes Aiden just, oh my God, I better get going or stay going because there's a guy behind me, which is great competition. And I would think at a point in time, I would say right now, from what Landon has done in practice for a freshman, if he had to go in the game, go ahead, go in the game. That wouldn't bother me one bit. It's great that you have depth, and of course we've got 2 kickers, 2 punters, 2 snappers. So I think the depth, they've done a great job, working hard and really creating a great atmosphere in our room, which has created an atmosphere amongst, the team of them doing their part. So camp is moving fast. And are you guys going to Colorado?
Yes. It's going to go far.
No, you go. You guys go to the game?
Yeah.
Okay, you'll be there? Okay, well, good. Then you guys have fun watching out there.
Anything more? Go ahead, Rob.
I got a question. When you go about deciding who's going to be your holder, do you try to confine it to any certain position, like quarterback or maybe one of the other kickers, or?
Well, the one thing like in practice, it's a bonus. It kind of happens, around America. There's, a lot of high school quarterbacks who were holders, but then they go over on the other side of the field and they're working on their craft as a quarterback all day long. They spend no time with us. But the kicking group, the specialist group, when you're with each other together for that 2.5-hour practice session, when you're able to hold together all day long, practice time, just the bond, the timing, the feel, the experience. Instead of a quarterback who shows up for, 3 holds to start a practice and he leaves, it's just not there. So, we use our punters. We teach them to be holders. Even our backup, our long snappers all learn to be holders, believe it or not. So our long snappers snap, and they always learn how to hold. So when you got that much time in practice, they better do something that beats standing around.
Anything else for Coach Salem? Alex?
You talked about Aiden kind
Hold on a
of.
second. I don't even know who you are.
I'm
I really
Alex.
don't.
I'm with Jackets Online.
Okay.
You talked about Aiden kind of gaining weight and adding length to his kicks. Is there a certain distance you'd be comfortable with him in the game kicking from, or is it kind of a game-to-game basis?
Well, anytime it's game to game, but he's got a strong leg to kick, at 60. Not saying he's going to attempt every 60-yarder, but if it came down to it, let him try it. He hit that spring game, went over here in the south end of Bobby Dodd, what a spring go, went out like 61 or what it was. He's got a strong leg. So to attempt something like that, you probably could. Now, the NFL guy the other day was at 70. I don't know if I want to try that, but he's worked. He definitely's worked, and it's been noticeable.
Anything else? Coach Salem?
Hey, here's Coach Key. Remember those questions I said earlier? Let him answer those questions.
Come on up, Coach.
Oh, he got a question.
Who's the worst GA you've ever had?
The worst GA ever had. Okay. I'd have to go back through my Rolodex and do the guy that maybe complained or wanted to stay up late and wanted to do something over and do more research and ask a lot of questions and, thought he had a lot of answers, and I'd probably say Coach Key. One of those things says, hey, let's try this. You know, Coach Key, it's a great idea, but it stinks. but at least ask questions. But at least he asks the questions. At least he asks questions.
Anything else? All right, we'll end it on that. Appreciate it.
Good, all right. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, guys.
Coach, thank you.